Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so cold outside. It actually, I was just looking at the temperature and it just dropped a temperature degree. It dropped a degree in temperature. It is currently 2:50 a.m. and it is 18 degrees outside. So freezing. I actually didn't think that it was going to be this cold outside tonight. I just made a cup of coffee for the vlog. This is Maud's coffee, and this is the holiday, one of the holiday blends, and this one is cinnamon sugar cookie, and it's very good. I've already started sipping it. I woke up about a half an hour ago, and I was just looking at some stuff on the computer. I ordered this bar soap that's called Dry Squatch, I think. Like Sasquatch, but like Dry Squatch. I think that's what it's called. And they have like all of these different like bar soaps. And it's supposed to be like all of these like hair care and bath beard products geared towards men, I think. But I got this bundle. I always just love stuff that smells great, and so I got this soap bundle. It was like $39. It was kind of expensive. The soaps were like $6 or $7 a piece, which is astronomical, but I think to like smell good, it's, you know, do something kind of fun. So anyway, it's like a trial kit. So you get like 6 or 7 full-size soaps, and they're like pine, cedar, sea salt, bay rum, sandalwood. There's like 6 or 7 different flavors in there. They have a ton of flavors. What was the other one? And then I also bought some pine shampoo and conditioner. And then Alex, because he took a shower tonight, and I said something about, when he got out, I was like, you smell so good. I said, which shower gel are you using? Because, you know, I've like purchased a ton of shower gels in the last year. And of course he uses the one that's like, out of all of these fancy shower gels that I use, he uses like the most basic one. And it's that Everyman Jack, I think is the brand. They have it at Target, but they have it some other places too. Everyman Jack Sandalwood is what he's been using. And he's like, but we're almost out of it. Or he goes, the one that we're almost out of. And I go, well, which one is that? And he goes, this Everyman Jack Sandalwood. So I ordered him on Amazon a 4-pack of the full-size bottles, because I was going to get 2 of the sandalwood, and that was $25, and a 4-pack full-size bottles of each of the other ones, which is like sandalwood, cedarwood, sea salt, and citrus. That was like $31, and that'll last forever. So I got him that, and then I know he likes the sandalwood, so I got 2 sandalwood deodorants. If you actually go to the Everyman Jack website on Amazon, if you just like search Everyman Jack on Amazon, they have a lot of really good like holiday packages. They have like dop kits, like cosmetic kits that are really cool. I really like them for myself. They're like plaid. They have a red tartan plaid one. Well, kind of red tartan plaid. It's more of like a lumberjack plaid, you know. But they have like a plaid red one, and then they have a plaid like yellow one. On just one side it is. The rest of it is like some other kind of material. And then that comes with like a deodorant, a shower gel, and something else. I don't know what else. But anyway, I got that. And then I got this J.T. Leroy book that I like was looking for, that I've never read before. I was talking about J.T. Leroy last night. So I bought that book. I think it's called Harold's End or something. I've never read this book before. Although the title sounds so, I guess it's like a short story. It got like, either the reviews were like fantastic or it was horrible. I don't really know anything about what it's about, but I kind of feel like maybe I have read it like 20 years ago or something like that, because the cover looks really familiar to me, and so does the title sounds familiar to me. So wasn't there like a a famous book, I know there was, called Howard's End, that they turned into a movie. I wonder if it's like a spin off of that. But anyway, what else? Still haven't put the Christmas tree up. I just wrote myself a post-it note to put up the Christmas tree. I want to do that tomorrow. I think we have like 20 days till starting tomorrow until Christmas. I can't believe I haven't put up my Christmas tree yet. Can you believe that Christmas tree that I ordered, that is going to get such a bad review from me. I mean, I ordered that Christmas tree like 6 weeks ago for my bedroom, and 4 to 6 weeks ago, and it still hasn't come yet. And it said that it was shipped like a week ago, and like a week and a half ago. I think maybe even longer than that. And on the website, like, I don't think it said this until after I confirmed my order, but it said shipments are sent out like the last week of November. All shipments are sent out like the last week of November, which is so interesting to me because most people put up Christmas decorations like by the 1st of December, you know? And so I'm going to literally be able to enjoy this Christmas tree in my bedroom for like 2 weeks. I mean, sure, I'll be able to use it for other years, but the Christmas tree was expensive. It was like $130, and it comes with all of these decorations and stuff. And I mean, it's not even that like high level of a tree. It's real little. It's like less than 3 feet. I don't know. I'm not impressed with that at all. So there's that. That should be coming sometime. I don't know when. And what did I do today? Well, I got up and I kind of just didn't do a whole lot around the house. And at first I was like taking the dogs out and doing all that kind of stuff, making the bed. And then I wanted to do this. I wish I had gotten it up earlier, actually. I wanted to do this thing that Tanya had talked to me about yesterday. She was like, was it yesterday that we did the video? I guess it was Saturday night that we did the Orange County video. And then I'm getting my days like messed up. I was actually just thinking today, I was like, it seems like it's just like Christmas is right around the corner, and it's like a thing, it's just like December is going so fast. But Tanya had mentioned to me that she thought that I should do like a Hot Topics video, right? On my drama channel. And so she was showing me where she like looks up all of like the hot entertainment topics a day. It's like some app. I can't remember what it's called. Google News or something like that. So I did that today, but I like outlined the whole thing. It was really fun to kind of put together because I looked up all the stories and I decided like which ones I was going to use, and then I typed up an outline and I had it on the computer. But I wanted to do it like very like nice and newscastery. So I like took a shower, did my hair, I like put on a shirt and tie, and it was really fun. It was something different, you know? But that whole process took me like 2 hours to do. And, I mean, it took me a while even just to outline the whole thing. But that was really fun. And, if I start doing it on a regular basis, I think I might not do it every day. Because, it will just depends on how many, you know, people watch it and if they enjoy it. Right now, the comments are that it's getting really good feedback. So, so we'll see. But but it's so funny because people are always like, we're so tired of you talking about the same people and talk about somebody else and all this kind of stuff. Like, I get a lot of comments like that, right? And I do a video where I talk about a completely different group of people. I mean, it was all pop culture hot topics. It wasn't anything to do with any of the same YouTubers that I talk about. And then I turned around and I made a video about Trisha Paytas, and I had it posted in half the time that I had the other video posted, and it like surpassed the amount of views that the first video got. And I'm like, well, people say they're not really that interested in that kind of drama, but they really are interested in that. So, but I can do both. It's kind of nice for me to switch stuff up too, you know? So yeah, so I did that, and then I did the second drama video today, And then Alex was coming home early, and so we both wanted to watch Salt Lake City. Well, it wasn't coming home early, but like 6:30. So I was feeding the dogs and getting stuff ready around the house, and then we wanted to watch Salt Lake City tonight. So we sat there and we ate and we watched Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Woo! That season is heating up. And that was fun. And then what did we do after that? We watch What Happens Live. And then Andy Cohen's got the 411. We watched Watch What Happens Live. And then I don't remember what we did after that. Oh, that's when Alex was like, I'm gonna go upstairs and take a shower. And I was like, okay. And I actually was gonna go vlog then. I was like, I'm just gonna go vlog right now. And he was like, well, I said, I think I'm gonna lay down for like a half an hour. And then I said, like 5 seconds later, I was like, actually, I'm gonna go, I said, I think I'm gonna go lay down for like a half an hour. And then like 5 seconds later, I was like, actually, I think I'm gonna go vlog. And he goes, I thought you said you were gonna go lay down for a half an hour. I go, I know I said that, but I think I'm just gonna go vlog. But I didn't. I lay down and it was so cozy, and he got out of the shower after doing does all his hair products and lotions and skincare stuff. He does all of that. And he came to bed, and then we lay there and talked for a second, and he was playing his game, and the dogs were being so cozy and cute. You know, Tucker has not coughed, like, at all. Like, I mean, at all. Like, I noticed it today. I was like, he isn't. Like, I don't know what even got me thinking about it, but we were just, like, sitting on the bed. Like, this was, like, when I got up, and they, like, wake up slowly. It's so funny, because they're starting to be kind of, like, old men a little bit, but they're so cute, because they still look like puppies, you know? And they woke up, like, really, really slow. Or they wake up really slow, but then as soon as they're up, they're, like, Boo Radley starts rolling on the bed. I think he's, like, scratching his back or something. It's so hilarious. And Tucker does, like, all these, like, stretches and stuff. And I was just sitting there looking at him, and I was like, you know, he hasn't coughed in, like, over 2 weeks. There was, like, one day, like, 2 weeks ago, where he coughed, like, 2 or 3 times. But other than that, and I don't know if that's because the medicine is working. I don't know if he's doing better. I don't know what that is. But he hasn't coughed in, like, 2 weeks. Which is, I mean, I'm so, so thankful, because I was really worried. Like, I know you guys know because I talked about it on here, but I was like, I don't know. I think he must have, like, jumped down off the bed or, like, skipped a stair or something like that when he was running down the stairs, because those, like, couple days where he just seemed out of it and not himself, where I thought it was, like, the medicine, you know, I mean, he's, like, so back to perfectly normal now. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he really was, like, right after, you know, a couple days. And I think that's just what it was. I think sometimes when, like, dogs have hurt themselves, or they have, like, tooth pain or something, and they can't communicate that to us, you know? But he seems so good, and doesn't cough, and seems real energetic, and back to his puppy self. And I'm just really, really happy about it. But, like, I said something to Alex about it, because even when, like, I mean, the vet acted like dire straits, right? With Tucker. And I was like, you know, when Pee-Pee was at this stage of, like, when he was diagnosed with this stuff, Pee-Pee had already been coughing a lot. And, like, I mean, it was at least, you know, a couple times throughout the day. And they were kind of, like, stopping your tracks coughs. Like, he would cough, and then he would just, like, you could tell, like, had really taken some energy out of him at the time that he was diagnosed, you know? And it just got worse over time. I mean, the medicine helped. But it didn't take it away by any means. And Tucker's like, unless he's coughing, like, when we're not there or something. But the weird thing about that is, I'm, like, literally at home all day long, with the exception of, like, an hour. Like, I'm, like, home all day long. I know it's kind of a sad reality, but I mean, it's the truth. Like, I'm at home all the time, right? So, like, and when I'm filming videos, Tucker is just, I was gonna say so polite. He is so just a sweet, he's such a good boy. He's so sweet and such a sweet boy, and he just lays in his bed and just kind of watches me, you know, when I'm actually in the chair filming videos. He and Boo Radley, like, they kind of like walk circles around, like, the kitchen into the living room, into the hall, into the kitchen, into the living room, the hall. They just kind of walk circles around. Or they sit on the ottoman and they watch me. But, I trimmed my beard, and I can feel like I have, like, one hair that I missed, like, right here. It drives me crazy when I do that. But, like, other times, if I'm, like, working on the computer, or I'm, like, talking on the phone, or whatever, when I'm talking on the phone, they have a hard time with that. They don't like me on the phone. So, if I'm talking on the phone, usually, if I'm gonna call somebody on the phone, like, I take them outside, and like, that's when I'll call somebody, because it's impossible to have a phone conversation inside the house. They don't bother Alex when he's doing it, but with me, like, they want me off the phone, which is so hilarious, I think. But anyway, I was looking at that, like, evergreen that those people had on their door. It was really pretty. It was, like, kind of like this cascading evergreen that had, like, this bow at the top. It was like an unconventional wreath, so it's unconventional, so to speak. So yeah, he just lays there in the bed, his little dog bed, and he is so fantastic. By the way, if you're wanting to buy your pets, specifically your dogs, a Christmas present or a holiday present, or you're just looking for a new dog bed, that Pup Show, if you go back, I have like a discount code on that video too. It's on my review channel. If you put in Peter Review Stuff plus Pup Show, like, if you put those words in there, like, it'll pull it up. I think I still have like a discount code with those people. I don't know, but they were so nice to me, and they sent me a free bed and stuff like that. You guys, that bed, like, our dogs love that bed. It's supposedly like a calming bed. It's supposed to, like, calm dogs. And the bed is huge. Like, they both can sleep in it easily, and there's still tons of room. I mean, plus we, like, throw their toys in there and stuff like that. Well, Tucker's toys. Boo doesn't play with toys. But, I mean, it's kind of like a catch-all in the corner over there, but they love it. Like, tonight, Boo Radley was just, like, laying on his side, and he looked so sweet. I said, Alex, look at Boo Radley. He's so sweet. And, you know, but they both love that bed so much. Tucker lays in it all day long while I'm, like, doing stuff around the house, working and stuff. So, yeah. But I actually didn't even leave the house until Alex got home, and I was gonna go do my crumble cookies review today, but by the time that I was gonna go do it, it would have been too late, so I didn't do that. Tomorrow, or Wednesday, talk to Melissa and Jason tonight on speakerphone. We're trying to come up with New Year's plans of what we're gonna do, and something around here, something where we can get a little dressed up and do something around here. It'll be fun. And then Thursday, the couples are going to see the lights at Newfields, which will be really fun. The 3 couples, I'm excited about that. And I just hope it's not like freezing cold like this. I mean, that's part of the fun though, right? Like, for it to be really cold outside. We'll just bundle up. Andy Cohen's got the 411. I can wear my new red tartan plaid scarf that I was sent in the mail. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, it's been a good day today. I know I didn't film like videos on a lot of my channels, but the videos that I did get done, like, I was like, I got a lot done today. I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you about today, and now I don't remember what it was. I still haven't posted the Cozy Christmas contest yet. I just wrote myself a post-it note about that, too. I've been, like, this is the weird thing. I have been, like, typing up these lists for me to do every day, and then I print them out, and they're sitting right in front of me, and I almost never refer to the list anymore. Like, it's like I know what's on the list, so, like, I don't refer to the list. And this one thing is driving me crazy. So it's like I don't refer to that list, and I feel like, because I have like the videos that I want to make at the top, and then underneath there I have like all the things I need to do throughout the day. And I feel like there's just a lot that I'm like missing doing because I'm not like, I don't know why I'm not referring to my list, but I'm just not. Because I think that I know everything that I need to do in my head, and so I just don't refer to it at all. I still get a lot done my day. Andy, has got the 411. I was reading this, I was reading these questions. I put up this thing for Alex and I to do a Q&A. Did I talk about this last night? I may have talked about this last night. Because, I don't think I did. Because I read the questions last night. Like, I was just, like, skimming through the questions. And, we're still going to do the Q&A. I don't know when, but this person, and I know they don't like me. I know their profile name, because their profile name on other things, like, has left me not very nice comments and stuff. So they asked the question, and they said something like, does Alex ever get upset that he has to work all day when your job, like, it doesn't take you any time to do your job and your job is easy, or something like that, or like you don't have to, that you don't work that hard, or something like that? And I thought, you know, it would be real interesting to, like, if I could honestly, like, when I do make 5 or 6 videos a day, to have like a camera follow me around throughout the day. It's not that I don't, because I love what I get to do. I mean, I absolutely feel blessed, you know, but there's a lot of people in this world that the jobs that they have, that they honestly love doing what they do. You know, it's like, I mean, not just in doing YouTube either. I mean, whether you're working at Disney World maybe, or, you know, I've had friends of mine that, like, well, Mel loves her job, you know? And, I mean, I just know a lot of people, I mean, she might not love the work, she might not love, like, the overtime and stuff like that, but she loves what she does. Like, she loves what, you know, and I have a lot of friends of mine, like, Tanya loves owning a kennel. Does she love putting in 90 hours a week? No, she doesn't. Does she love owning a kennel and being with the dogs and interacting with the people? She absolutely loves it. We were just talking about it the other night. She's like, I don't, you know, she's thought a lot about, like, you know, what she would do if she got, like, sold the kennel through the years. And she's like, I don't really know what I would do. Like, she said, I love the kennel. You know, there's a lot of people that love their jobs, but that doesn't mean that if you love your job that you work any less. And I think, in fact, sometimes the more you love your job, the more sometimes you can't step away from it, especially, like, if you're, like, you know, you run your own business, or you work for yourself, or you do something from home or whatever, you know? So I'm by no means complaining about it, but I think that people would be honestly surprised if they saw, like, how much time and work actually goes into what I do in a day, like consciously driving from here to there, or, you know, having to do this, or trying to put this together, or, you know, all this kind of stuff. I think people would actually be kind of surprised. You know, it's not just about, well, I filmed a 10-minute video and it took me 2 weeks to edit. I think there's a lot of that mentality on YouTube, but that's only one way of doing YouTube videos. You know, that's only one way. And, you know, it's always interesting to me when people kind of, like, come for me and they go, yeah, but you don't edit your videos. And I'm like, well, that's because I've kind of gotten smart with that, and then I decided that I was going to do what I love to do, and I was going to not do the things I didn't love to do, which was, like, editing videos, right? And, you know, in all honesty, I don't even think if I highly edited my videos, it would make any difference. I don't really think that it would keep people around. I'm talking about specifically, like, my drama channel. I don't think that people would watch my video any more than they do, or not, if I edited my video. I really don't. But, you know, it's like, I pretty much, and I mean, like, first of all, like, when I say in my vlog, like, I just did a bunch of stuff around the house, I mean, that's kind of like, I know it makes it sound like I just kind of, like, walked around and turned on the TV, but it's not that. It's like, I clean the kitchen, and I, like, you know, do a load of dishes, and I do, like, 2 or 3 loads of wash, and I'm calling friends of mine that are sober. Like, I mean, I have have people in sobriety that I'm accountable for, that, you know, like, I work with and things like that, you know, I have to check in with them and, you know, and call my sponsor and do things like that. And so, you know, there's a lot of that throughout the day, that I do before I ever turn on a camera. And then, you know, I've got to make sure that, you know, like, the dogs are situated and all that kind of stuff before I leave. And it's like timing, like, okay, where am I going to go do here? What's the best time to get there so I'm not, like, stuck in traffic? And, like, I've been wanting to do this Chick-fil-A review, but it's like, that review, honestly, could take me an hour to do because of the lines at Chick-fil-A. And so I try to, like, figure all that kind of stuff out throughout my day. I know that it seems just kind of like, I just am like, la 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 la, like, this is, you know, whatever. But that's part of, like, that's part of what I do. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, I love it so much that, like, I don't think a lot about that, but, like my friends and in my real life, like, Melissa and Tanya and whatever, and, like, Alex, like, the comment that I get to them is, you literally don't ever stop with YouTube. Like, they're like, you go, 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 go. Like, if anybody had any idea. And, so I think it's kind of interesting that there's that, like, perception, you know, and, not to mention that I don't know a lot of YouTubers that get in their car and drive around for an hour every night. I mean, I love to do this. This is cathartic as hell for me. It really is. It's cathartic as hell. It's not hell. For me, I love this. Like, I don't even know what my life would be like if I wasn't vlogging every night. I honestly don't. But I'm laughing because that's where the haters are, like, they're, like, eating this up. This is where people are like, don't ever talk about these things. I don't care. I'll talk about it. You know, let them not like me. It's okay. We don't have to like everybody today. Oh, by the way, the Krispy Kreme donut, somebody asked me the other day, when's it going to open? I don't know. It seems like it's kind of, like, stagnant as far as construction is going. But if it's the store that I think it is, it's going to be a big store. The only thing I wish, well, it's kind of like a catch-22, honestly. The only thing I wish is that well, first of all, I wish I had 48 hours in a day. I mean, if we're going to wish, let's wish high, right? I wish I had 48 hours in a day, not just 24, number one. Number two, I wish that, who sang that song back in the day? A wish upon a star. Did you guys remember that song? Anyway, it wasn't a 70s hit, but it wasn't like a 90s hit. It was like a early 80s hit, early 80s. This is a holiday thing at the Idle George Museum. I'm wondering what that is. It's like this holiday train thing. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember now. Oh, if we are wishing for something. Okay, if I was wishing for something, first of all, I would wish for 48 hours in a day so that I had more time to do the things. I mean, the thing is, though, like, if I had more time in a day, I'd just film more videos. But here's the thing. Somebody, well, so that was the first thing. The second thing is, realistically, I would, like, have a different schedule. Like, I would probably get up. It wouldn't work for me being married. I mean, it would work if I was single. And I think, you know, it's interesting to me that, like, the schedules of YouTubers that are in relationships versus the ones that aren't. Because, like, if I was... Okay, let's just say if I got up every day at 8 o'clock, right? And then I filmed all of my videos. I could have all of my videos done by, like, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I could have the afternoon to, like, run errands and do all that kind of stuff, right? And then Alex would come home, and then we'd spend a couple hours together. And then if I went and I vlogged at, like, let's say 10 o'clock in the evening, so that... Because for me to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I would have to be in bed by, like, 11 o'clock, 11:30. I would have to, for me to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Which means I would have to go to bed at between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And that doesn't give me a lot of time, first of all. Second of all, going to meetings, it makes it almost impossible, you know, hanging out with Tanya or seeing other people. So it's like, the only time that I really can vlog is late at night, which I love and I don't mind. So it's like, whatever, you know. But what I should do is, it stopped. I was going to say that I should just go home, but like what I want to do is listen to an audiobook, because I'm kind of like awake at that point, and it's kind of like, this is honest to God, like my downtime, my relaxation time is when I get to vlog and when I get to listen to an audiobook. So for me, it's like, I don't really know how to make my schedule work any different. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know how to make it work to my advantage. I really don't want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't enjoy that. I've never enjoyed that. Not even when I did get up and was working at 8 o'clock in the morning, I didn't enjoy it, you know? I didn't enjoy it going to school. I always stayed up super late in high school and, you know, was working on sewing outfits for my friends or watching movies or something like that. I've always been like a night owl. So I don't honestly know how that would work, but I do know that I would be more effective in getting a lot of things done. But the flip side to that is that, you know, like, having this blessing of getting to work from home and doing what I do and making YouTube videos. I mean, whenever I talk to other YouTubers, you know, it's like, I'm always like, do you realize like how blessed we are to have the life that we have? I mean, I just feel like, I just can't even believe that this is my life, right? And so, I mean, part of what goes with that, right? Like, is that, I mean, if I want to take a day off and not film videos or whatever, like, I can do that, you know? I don't know. I just wish I had more time. The other thing is this, and somebody commented this on my channel today. They said, on my drama channel, they said the reason, and it was very nicely stated how they said it. It was like complimentary to me. But I had made some joke the other day because I had gotten this comment about not getting any views. Somebody said, this person that doesn't like me on Twitter said, I had tweeted out my Adam and Eve code, and they said, please use Peter's Adam and Eve code, because he's not getting any views anymore. So I said in my video, I was like, they're absolutely right. I'm not getting the kind of views that I was getting before. So please do go use my Adam and Eve code. And I'm saying it to you guys as well. Please go use my Adam and Eve code. It's code Peter. And you'll get 50% off free and your first item plus free shipping and handling in the United States and Canada. I would really appreciate it if you would go use it. We should actually probably put that up in the vlogarinos and tell everybody that they are free to go use that code whenever they want. I don't know that I think that code belongs in the vlogarinos, but anyway. So I said that in a video, and I was, you know, joking kind of, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's really getting the views they used to get right now, but I said something like that. I take it with a grain of salt, you know, stuff like that goes up and down. I'm just thankful people still want to watch my videos. That's how I feel, you know. And I think the one thing that like people don't understand maybe is like when you talk about being driven like by the numbers kind of thing. Like for me, I don't really look at myself. Like, I don't look at pride in myself over, like, a Trisha Paytas video that does well and think to myself, I mean, people think I'm delusional, and they're like, you clickbait Trisha Paytas, and you're talking, yes, that's what gossip channels do, that's what they've done, that's what gossip columnists have done for years and years and years and years, okay? You know, if that person wasn't there, we'd be talking about somebody else. That's what gossip columnists do. They talk about other people, okay? But like the videos that make me proud are like when I'm talking about my recovery, or when I'm like, I did that video talking about Demi Lovato the other day not being California sober on my drama channel, and I talked about my recovery at length. Like, that video did not do well compared to my other videos on that channel, because people just don't care about Demi Lovato that watch my channel. But I was proud of that video. My video that I did talking about social anxiety on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I was proud of that video. My video that I did talking about like my body dysmorphia and my body image, I was proud of that video. I'm proud of my vlogs. Not every vlog, but there are a lot of vlogs that I stop and I was like, that was a really good conversation. A one-sided conversation. Like, I'm like, I really had fun telling those stories. Like, telling the high school stories the other day, I don't know why, that was really fun or the college stories of me and my friends and stuff. That was really fun for me the other day. But then, you know, when I get in and I talk a lot about recovery, or if I read the comments and people are like, wow, like I really needed to hear that tonight. Like those, like I'm proud of that, right? Like, I think it's, I don't know. It's, you know, let's just say if tomorrow, I'm just going to make this completely up. Let's just say if tomorrow, like Jeffree Star really did like leave the internet and said he like sold his business and was leaving YouTube and all this kind of stuff, right? Okay, if that were the case, and I made a video, let's say if I made 4 or 5 videos about that, because that's probably what would happen, let's just be for real. I would get a lot of views on those videos, okay? Because that's that's something hot on YouTube that people are talking about. But that doesn't make me proud. Like, yes, I have a lot of fun flipping fans, and I like to, the funny part of it, the storytelling, which is why when people come to me and they're like, oh, I hate all this. Well, I'm never going to stop doing that, because that's the part that I enjoy, right? Like, yes, I love having an opinion about stuff. I've had an opinion about stuff since I was 4 years old. So that will never change on my drama channel. But it's the fan flipping and the joking and all that kind of stuff. That's what I really enjoy. You know, those are the people that through the years have inspired me when I've sat down and watched all of the interviews of David Letterman and Johnny Carson, and, you know, had Sandra Bernhardt and Amy Sedaris, and, you know, all of, like I've talked about, and all of the comedians that have inspired me, and the Carol Burnett's and stuff. And no, I don't think I'm on any level of those people, but that's what I love, you know. And but like, it's not like when something like that is going on, it's not like, oh, like I'm so talented, that's why no, there's a hot topic going on. I'm not stupid, do you know what I mean? So it's like, those aren't the videos that I'm like proud of. I'm proud of the videos. Okay, these are the videos that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the videos that I get in and I am not afraid to tell my truth and talk about what is going on in my heart. And out of that at least one person responds and says, wow, I see myself in you when you share your story, and this helped me. And that human connection is something that I am proud of, because other people have done that for me, and what that means is I am passing that on, and that hopefully those people will do it to others. And what I hope that it does is I hope that it makes us less afraid to talk about these subjects that we should all be talking about. These things that we don't like about ourselves, these fears that we have, that stuff that's going on. I hope that it makes it easier for people to talk about this stuff, you know? None of this stuff is easy of what we go through in life, you know? My review videos, I have a lot of fun with. I mean, I have all of my channels, like, each of my channels I enjoy for so many different reasons. But anyway, this person commented on my drama video and they said, the reason you don't get 1 million views is because you have 6 channels. If you consolidated all your videos onto one channel, you would get a lot more subscribers. And I don't know that I believe that that is true. I am not convinced of that. I sometimes, like, I have very gut reactions. This is not just today. This is my years of being like visionary and the ways that I have led my world and like wanted things to look this way and whatever, you know, and I am just not convinced of that. I'm not convinced that if I put my Peterism meditation channel videos and my booktube videos and all of it on one channel that people would watch. I'm not really convinced that would work. And it works for me to have 6 different channels. I think the other thing that people don't understand is it's kind of like a respite for me. Like, you know, when I'm done filming like the drama video for the day and I sit down and I do like a meditation video, like it's so entirely separate that like I feel like in that moment I'm not like flipping fans and lip gloss and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, in that moment, I'm just having a conversation with like a friend of mine about some meditations that we read, you know, like before we went to a meeting or something. And it's just very calm and cathartic for me. And the review videos are just, I mean, I do think that there are some videos that probably could all fit on my Peter Monn channel, like the review videos, stuff like that. But then I would be posting over there 4 to 6 times a day on one channel. Like, maybe people would watch that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very proud of how well, like, it's interesting whenever I talk to like other YouTubers, they'll like ask me like my numbers. Like, they'll say, now, what is your like review channel up to, or what is your Peter Does Stuff channel up to? And they're always like, there's kind of like this number, I think, that a lot of people are like, well, if you haven't hit 100,000, you're not successful. But my review channel has slowly been growing over the last 2 years, and I'm like at like almost 45,000 subscribers or something like that on there. I mean, that's a lot of subscribers, and to pull 3,000 to 5,000 video views a day, I'm proud of that. Like, I think it's a dedicated amount of people that like watching those videos. I have a lot of fun doing those videos. Oh God, you know what I did the other day? I felt like such an idiot. I did this Arby's. I did this Dairy Queen review. I put it on my review channel. Some of you probably saw it. But then I did one of those short things, which I was so nervous about because I haven't done those before, those YouTube shorts. But YouTube's constantly encouraging you to try that out. So I opened my phone, and the way that you do it is you just record it straight from like your channel. Well, I didn't have my glasses on, and I thought that I was... If you go look at my profile icon, profile picture or icon or whatever that's called, from my Peter Review Stuff channel and my Peter Does Stuff channel, they're very similar, okay? I mean, all my pictures are very similar. And so, I posted it on my Peter Does Stuff channel. I almost deleted it, and then I was like, who cares? It's just whatever. Somebody actually asked a really good question on my Q&A the other day. They said, or on that Q&A with Alex Knight, they said, your picture of you with the blue robe and the duck on your shoulder, like, what does the duck represent? And I thought, you know, I don't think I've ever been asked that question in all the years I've been on YouTube. There's nothing to it. I just was standing in the bathroom. I had like gotten out of the shower. I love that blue robe. Alex got it for me. It's like this Ralph Lauren cotton robe. It's so nice. And we used to have these 3 little yellow ducks in the corner of, we don't have them there anymore, in the corner of our bathtub. And I was like gonna take a selfie, and I just like picked one of them up and put it, I mean, it's like, there's no story to this whatsoever. I just picked one of them up and put it on my shoulder and took the picture, and I liked the picture. And so, because it just kind of makes me, I just look kind of like out of it and kind of confused. And I thought, oh, this is like a perfect profile picture for my YouTube channel. I just started using it. And I think I liked it too because it was bright, like it had the blue, and I think it pulled like my blue from my eyes, and then it had like this bright yellow duck, and it was kind of something different. And so I was like, okay, I like different pictures for like profile pictures, or like bright, when people use bright colors and stuff. Not just on YouTube, but on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. By the way, have you guys seen Michelle Visage's new, if you follow anything to do with RuPaul's Drag Race, her co-host, Michelle Visage, co-judge, Michelle Visage, and really good friend. So she's been doing these wigs or hair extensions that have like a long piece of gray in it. And oh my God, you guys, She just posted a new Twitter profile picture. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. She is so beautiful. I love Michelle Visage. And I will tell you one thing I really love about her is that I know that the girls in RuPaul's Drag Race really find her to be kind of harsh and stuff, but she cares. The reason she is like that is because she cares. I'm like, is Steak and Shake even open anymore? I was just reading this article today about the top 10 restaurants that are closing this year. This coffee is really good. Okay, I'm not buying any more Keurig K-Cups until the spring. And then I don't know, what would be spring and summer K-Cups? They're all just like sitting in all these boxes, you guys. I don't even know what to do with them. I really don't. But I will tell you this. When we redo our kitchen, one of the things that I'm gonna have that I want built in, and Alex, God love him, he really tried to do it over there in that corner for me. He like hung these things where I can hang my coffee cups, and I have like the coffee maker next to the Keurig. But I really want like a coffee bar station. Like I want that where I can put like the syrups, and if people come over, I can say, do you want to? I can have all of my mugs there, and I want a coffee station in my house. That's what I want one day before I die. I mean, I could do it now, but I don't know how I would really do it. We're just kind of like running out of space. I need to go through everything in our, I do everything in our house and get rid of stuff, but that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, this cinnamon sugar by Mods is really, really good. So my goal was to watch a Christmas movie a day, and that has not happened. And I have to tell you, here are some of the Christmas movies that I want to see this year, and the strange ones, I know. I want to see Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. I actually love that movie so much, and I didn't see it till a couple years ago. My mom really liked Billy Bob Thornton, and I watched that movie, and I loved it. I thought it was so really endearing, and I thought it was really about change at Christmas. I really liked that. I would really kind of like to watch Four Christmases again because that I was talking about the other night, because I keep on catching like the tail end of it. So I would like to watch that with why can't I think of her name? Reese Witherspoon. Do you guys remember, like, this is so weird to me. Do you guys ever see the movie Man in the Moon with Reese Witherspoon? Like, that was her very first movie that she ever did. And I can remember that movie from way back in the day. Like, I can remember when that movie came out. I loved that movie. When she slept on that screened-in porch. Do you guys remember that? I also want to see Krampus, the Christmas movie. I actually don't know anything about it, and I've heard about it for a year. It's been out for like 5 or 6 years, and I don't know anything about it. And then one night I pulled it up on YouTube, and I had Alex watch the trailer, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. This is kind of a campy, fun Christmas, like, horror movie. I want to watch that. I want to watch Black Christmas. I want to watch the old one, and I want to watch the new one. And then those are kind of like the different Christmas movies that I want to watch. Do you know what is so funny is that I was like looking through the free movies on cable that were Christmas movies, and this movie came up, and it was called Santa Jaws, and I was like, oh, I should watch this movie, Santa Jaws, because I'm scared to death of anything to do with sharks, and I love shark movies and all this kind of stuff. And I like started reading the synopsis, and I was like, do you know what is really so incredibly sad about this? I watched it last year. Do you guys remember that? Did I cover it? I feel like I did a review of it on my review channel. I probably did. It's called Santa Jaws, and it's about this kid that wishes on Christmas that his family would all die, and they're all eaten by this shark one by one that wears a Santa Claus hat and has like lights. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. But anyway, I want to see once at least this year. I don't care. I love it so much. I would love to see every version of it. And that is The Christmas Carol. I would love to see the Patrick Stewart version. And my favorite is actually the Pixar Disney version of it with Jim Carrey doing the voice of Ebenezer Scrooge. I love that. So I want to see that. I want to see Miracle on 34th Street. I prefer the old one, not the new one, to that. The old one is my favorite. I love it. Not my favorite. And then I want to watch some of the cartoons I've watched before. And of course, I want to watch Smoky Mountain Christmas with Dolly Parton. So I've got to get on it. The thing that's hard is, like, filming videos and stuff throughout the day. It's like, I mean, I could just have it on in the background the whole time, but I can't, like, when I'm sitting there looking at the TV while I'm filming videos, like, it's distracting to me to have anything off, so I always turn the TV off. And then honest to God, I don't even turn on the TV sometimes until late in the day, like, when I'm, like, doing a lot of uploading, like, all the filming is over and stuff like that. Then I'll, like, turn on a movie in the background. So usually if I watch movies, like late at night, like, when I get home before I go to bed, or like before I come out and vlog and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the story, Morning Glory. But oh, the other thing was that last night after I got done vlogging, I finished the book Apples Never Fall by Liam O'Yeardy. Can you guys even believe it? I literally drove around for 2.5 hours and finished that book. It was really, really good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. The book went on forever. Like, even after you find out what the book is about, it still goes on forever. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, if you listen to Audible a lot, you'll know what I'm talking about. But when the book was done, I looked at my, like, time thing on Audible, and I still had, I think it was like 35 or 40 minutes left of the book, like in real time, not like me, you know, listening to it at 2 times 5 speed. And I was like, how is there possibly 35 or 45 minutes left of this? It was 35 to 45. I was like, how is there possibly that much time left of this book? I mean, we just tied everything up, right? And then it just goes on. Oh, but this is what I was going to say. If you listen to audiobooks, you'll know this to be true, that sometimes what happens with audiobooks is at the end, they'll do like a special reading or something. There was like 3 minutes of it that were like acknowledgements, but they'll do like a special reading, or they'll do like an interview with like the author or something like that. But usually it's like reading from like the next book that they have coming out. And so I honestly thought that's what it was going to be. I thought, because towards the end, I thought, my God, this book has literally gone on forever. Like, I don't know, the book, it just was a lot. I really, really liked it. It could have been half the length that it was. And the reality is, like, it's just not that deep of a book, honestly. Like, the ending is, like, really good. How everything, like, heads together. I mean, she is a fantastic storyteller. Her stories are never that deep. I do want to read some more of her stuff, though, because I really like her, but, like, I can't turn around and go right into another 18-hour Liam O'Yeardy book. I really wanted to read 9 Strangers because I wanted to watch the Hulu special over the holiday, but I cannot just, like, turn around and go right into another 9-hour book. I don't know. Plus, I have all these Christmas books that I want to listen to, but funny enough, I'm listening to the other JT. I think I'm going to read all of JT Leroy's stuff, and I'm just going to read this book now. And then I'm going to read the other Harold's End and The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things. I'm not excited about rereading that book, but I feel like I want to because I'm watching the movie, and the movie is not great, but it's different than the documentary. It goes more into how the sister-in-law has a huge issue with portraying JT Leroy, like scamming people. It's just really interesting. So I downloaded the book Sarah, which I had read like 20 years ago. It just was like this, like, phenomenal to me, right? And I just started listening to it tonight, like while the car was warming up and stuff. It was so freezing. It's 17 degrees now. And Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins does like an intro to it and stuff like that. It's actually really, really good right away. And it's only 5.5 hours. So I'm going to listen to that. And I'll probably finish that tomorrow or the next day. And then I am going to just listen to exclusively Christmas books between now and Christmas. And maybe even New Year's. It just depends. I just know how I am at Christmas or at New Year's. Like, the second that Christmas is over, I'm just kind of like ready to move on. Which is so funny because I'm so Christmassy that you would think that I would want to hold on to it forever, but I'm just not. And I will tell you, I'm very excited about next summer. We've got January, February, and then half of March, and we go to Ultra Music Festival. And then we have January, February, March, April, May. 5 months until the pool is open, which is really like 4.5 months because they open the pool halfway through May. So I'm really excited about the pool. Really excited about the summer, but I don't want to rush things. I do need to figure out what I am going to be, what I'm going to do for my birthday. I really am thinking, I don't know. I need to kind of like really look into some things, some places. Grand Cayman, maybe. I really want to go to Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos is just kind of difficult because I don't really... If anybody out there has been to Turks and Caicos and knows like a place to go to and stay there, can you please let me know in the comment section below, and if you think it's worth it. Because I can't really find... like all of the resorts are like boutique resorts, and they're very small, and which I don't mind, but like small, like 6 rooms small. Like I don't know that I want all that, you know what I mean? I also don't know that I want somebody that's gigantic. I mean, if we had like 4 couples to go with, we would like rent a house and stuff like that, but I don't know how all of that works. We haven't really ever done that kind of stuff like out of the country, so I would rather, with the way that the world is going on right now, if we're gonna go, you know, out of the country, I would rather stay at like a resort, where, you know, for like the testing and all that kind of stuff, that it just makes it, you know, that much easier, I think. So I don't know where I want to go yet. I need to figure it out. I've always wanted to go to Atlantis in the Bahamas. I've also always wanted to go to Eleuthera in the Bahamas, but I don't think there's like any place there to stay either. Like that's not just like houses and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I do need to start looking at that. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to have like this business meeting with my home group tomorrow night and go to my home group, and now it's like very confusing. Oh, we didn't have our literature group tonight because my one friend was sick, my other friend was on vacation, so it was just gonna be like it was just gonna be like Tanya, I, and this other person, and then the person that like runs it, she couldn't do it tonight, so it got canceled. And then tomorrow night, like all this stuff got rescheduled, and so like Tanya and I are like really unsure as to like what's going on and if we're even going tomorrow night or not. So I don't know. I don't want a pickle, I just want to ride on your motorcycle. Sometimes we can't have our meeting like where we have it. Sometimes we have to have it because like it's at a church, and they sometimes have to use the gym in the church for other things, and so then we sometimes have to go to like this Bible study building, which is really nice, but it's like you have to like walk over there and stuff like that, and I think there's, I don't know, there's some confusion about stuff. So anyway, so tomorrow, videos. I'm gonna wait until I wake up in the morning and see how my Hot Topics video made. You know, I said to Alex tonight, I said, we'll have to see how the video did. He was like, did you like doing it? And I said, yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it. I said, I'd love to continue it, but I said, I just don't think like, I don't know that people are gonna really wanna watch that, you know? And he said, well, I said, he goes, it takes a little time to, you know, like do that. I said, I would love if that's like every day, I could just get up and make an outline and like read it and do, like today I was really nervous. If you watched it, you could tell because it was something new. But like if I got used to it over time and I did it, I think I would be more comfortable and then like could give my opinion about things as well. That's what I want to do. So I think I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I'm just going to get up. I've already kind of looked at some of the stories that are going on like TMZ and ETV and stuff like that, and people. And then I'm going to pull like 5 stories and then talk about them tomorrow. We'll just see how that goes. They're not going to be super long videos because like I talked about 10 different things and movies and songs, and it came to like, it was like 18 minutes long, which is, I know people are like, that's a long video, but like for me, it really isn't. So, I mean, I could see these like daily videos being like less than 10 minutes. I don't see them being super long videos, but I really had a good time doing it, and I would love for it to like get into the rhythm of doing those on like a daily basis, like Monday through Friday. And then if I did them on the weekends, I would do like countdowns, like the 10 best this, the 10 best that, you know, and then like on Mondays do a review of a recounting of all of the stories from the weekend, and then just do it like Monday through Friday. And I think that's going to be part of my plan going forward. Like I'm going to do that. So yeah, and I probably do on most days like 2 videos a day. I'll probably do that and a YouTube video, which means I'll be filming my vlog, but then on top of that I'll be filming anywhere from, if I were to film all my videos, like 6 other videos a day on all of my channels. I need to do my November wrap up for my BookTube channel. I've been meaning to do that, and I haven't. Oh my God, I was just getting ready to wrap things up and the camera stopped. I thought I looked at it and I thought it said 29:37. I can hardly see it from here. And I was like, oh my God, I've got 40 seconds, or I've got 20 seconds to wrap 23 seconds to wrap everything up. So I'm gonna get off here now. I hope that you guys are staying warm wherever you are. And if you're in somewhere where it's cold, if you're somewhere where it's warm, well, enjoy it for me. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!